Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and if you're one of the Last of Us that actually enjoyed part 2, then this is the video for you. The both of you. Though there's a lot of people online saying that the game is a big golf swing and a miss, there's actually some cool Easter eggs in it that definitely are worth talking about. Throughout this video, we're going to be breaking down the best of them and what you might have missed on your playthrough. Obviously, there will be heavy spoilers here, so if you haven't had a chance to finish the game yet, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for videos like this every day, and please drop a thumbs up if you enjoy it. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into our breakdown of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so Sony love dropping their tech into games across the board. There's a bunch of consoles lying around, and you might have spotted these whilst playing the game. Not only is there a character that Ellie brutally stabs in the neck whilst playing a PS Vita, because I'm guessing she must be an Xbox fan, but there's also a PS3 in the game. When you're going through Eugene's little home away from home, you can actually find a PlayStation 3 in his room. The Last of Us Part 1 was of course released on the PlayStation 3, and it quickly became one of the best games on the console. We can see next to it there are other classics by Naughty Dog, including Jak And Daxter, Uncharted 2, and what looks like it could be the box art for Uncharted 1 underneath it. In The Last of Us Part 1 timeline, the cordyceps outbreak actually happened just before the PlayStation 4 was about to be released, and thus this is still seen as the height of gaming technology. I think all the calendars in the game actually also stop at 2013, which shows that the world ended then. Little did they know though, the world actually ended in 2020, because yeah, this year sucks. There are also some videotapes in Eugene's secret room that give you an idea of what the guy was actually into. These are, I can't really say it on YouTube without getting demonetized, but let's just say they would feature on a website that has the word hub in it and begins with a P. The first is Dong of the Wolf, which is a play on the fake movie in the first game called Dawn of the Wolf, and there's also one called Smash Brandy's Cooch, which is a reference to, well, I'm sure you can guess. We don't find one called Nathan Snake or Naughty Dog, but hey, if you want to use them guys, go ahead. Nathan Snake going into Uncharted territory definitely sounds like a winner to me. Now, Uncharted also pops back up in the game when we see a picture of Nathan Drake. Nolan North, who voiced the character, didn't even know he was in The Last of Us Part 2, so it's clear that the creative team hid this away from, well, pretty much everyone. Keen explorers may also come across Nathan Drake's ring during their time at Westlake Bank. The lobby is littered with infected. However, if you make your way to the vault and use the code 602306, you'll gain access to the inner workings of it and the safety deposit boxes. Here you'll find Nathan Drake's ring, which has the word Sic Parvis Magna engraved into it. This means greatness from small beginnings, which is sort of a mantra of Naughty Dog, who built themselves up as a game studio over the past couple of decades before beating themselves over the head with a golf club and spitting on their legacy. I'm just kidding, Abby. You know I love you. Stay away from me. Speaking of Abby, when playing as her in Seattle, it's actually possible to find the precursor orb from Jak And Daxter quite early on. When you're exploring buildings, the orb will be located in a room on a table. This is listed as a strange artifact, however, fans of the Jak And Daxter franchise will know its true name. It also appeared in the Uncharted series too, and seems to be somewhat of an Easter egg Naughty Dog like to leave in their games. I mean, come on, it's literally an egg shape. In addition to this, you should also be able to find a Jak X Combat Racing arcade machine when working your way through the game. This was only available on the PlayStation 2, but it still shows just how much Naughty Dog like to seed their games into other titles. When going through the WF base, you should also be able to see someone playing Jak And Daxter on the Vita. In addition to this, Neil Druckmann, the game director, can also be found in the game too. No, he's not the guy that spits on Joel, and even had to come out and say this. However, if you explore Seattle as Ellie, you should be able to come across his trading card, or rather Dr. Uckman. Go off the beaten path and into one of the rundown buildings, and you should come across the little Easter egg to which Ellie remarks hello to when discovering. According to the information on the card, Dr. Uckman was once well respected, but he was ostracized after pushing human limits. Very fourth wall breaking. The card says that he moves about from location to location and longs for the days when all his subjects are seen as equal. There's also an issue of Savage Starlight, which is a comic book series that's been laced throughout the games. Ellie and Joel talk about it when journeying to get some new guitar strings, and you can actually find a copy of the comic in the game at one point. Last of Us 2 also references the earlier game with a cute little toy that can be found after Ellie and Dinah first get out of the storm. There's a little stuffed giraffe, and Ellie even jots down a couple of notes about it. This is obviously a reference to the prior entry, in which the character and Joel came across some towards the end of the game. It was one of the most emotional parts of The Last of Us that showed there was still beauty in the world, and it's definitely cool to see it brought back up here. The photo of Joel's daughter Sarah too pops up in Joel's house when you go back to it after the character's death. Sarah, of course, was Joel's daughter in the first game, and she was sadly killed during the opening. I'm not crying, you're crying. Ellie also discovers Joel's broken watch, which Sarah gave him as a present on his birthday, which actually shows the exact time that she died. Ellie, of course, sort of became Joel's surrogate daughter, and clearly he did finally get over her death and put the watch to rest. As much as I have mixed feelings on the game, I absolutely love to see these elements pop back up here, and it shows just how much Joel cared for Ellie. We can also see a white rabbit out the window in some snow, just as you first take control of Ellie. In The Last of Us, there was a chapter in which she took control of her too, and killed a lovely, innocent white rabbit in some snow. So overall, this imagery does indeed bring up the iconography of stepping back into her shoes. Through flashbacks, we get a lot of things filled in about their relationship, including one of Ellie's birthdays. Here we get a number of cool little Jurassic Park Easter eggs that show the movie actually existed in The Last of Us world. The Last of Us world, more like the Lost World. Am I right? I'll stop with them puns. Joel tells her the plot of the movie throughout the chapter, and you can also see a film-accurate T-Rex, which you can climb up. Joel remarks on a statue of a large dinosaur and also calls it a velociraptor, which Ellie points out is incorrect. This is a nod to the film, as in real life, raptors were very small and probably only half the height of a human. Spielberg and co made them bigger for the movie in order to make them more intimidating, so this is a cool little nod to that bit of movie trivia. It's at this point of the game you can also find a pallet in the water, which Joel remarks at them no longer needing. In the first game, Ellie was unable to swim, and thus they had to use these to get her around, and it sort of became an in-joke that there were just tons of pallets everywhere. However, in this game she can swim, so it's no longer needed. When you go to Seattle at Gate West 2, you'll find a safe that needs the code 04512 to unlock it. This is actually a famous game code that's appeared as a combination for multiple locks across the medium. It's popped up in Deus Ex, Bioshock, Alien Isolation, System Shock, Thief, and a lot more. I had no idea about this, so shoutouts to Games Radar for pointing it out, and it's gonna be a code that I try on every lock before googling to see what the safe combination is. Be honest, you Google the safe codes too, don't you? Now, there's actually a lot of games that use it, and there are multiple supercuts on YouTube that go over every time it's popped up in a game before. It just seems to be a running joke at this point, but I'm telling you, if I see a safe or a door, I'm using it. And lastly is a reference to the movie Taken. Ellie is of course on a quest for revenge throughout the game, and at the end of it, she tracks Abby down and almost beats her to death. However, Ellie has a change of heart and decides at the last minute not to murder her, and she lets her and Lev escape. This is a reference to the Liam Neeson movie Taken, in which he says down the phone, "I will find you and I will forgive you." I'm just kidding, that's it, I've ruined the video. Anyway, that's the best Easter eggs in the game. I'm sure there's a ton that I didn't come across, but those are the ones that stuck out to me the most. Now obviously I'd love to hear which ones were your favourite, and if you found any that we missed. Comment below and let us know, and if you enjoyed this video then please drop a thumbs up, and make sure you check out our full story breakdown and ending explained, which is going to be linked at the end. We go over the ins and outs of the plot and the final few scenes, so it's definitely worth checking out if it left you with any questions. If you want to support the channel from as little as 99 cents a month, then please click the join button below. We massively appreciate it, and as a thank you, you get access to content early. If you want to come chat to us after the show, either follow us at Heavy Spoilers or click the Discord link in the description below. Every month we give away free movies to people who are subscribed to the channel, and this month you can win the MCU Infinity Saga box set, and all you have to do is comment on a video and make sure you subscribe with notifications on. The more videos you comment on, the more you have a chance of winning, so make sure you get involved. The winner is going to be chosen at random on the 15th of July, and the set will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. Cheers.